Yeah, whatever. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Ken the Lawn Guy, my main man. He sent me a magnet. Here's a link to his channel up here, but he sent me a magnet a day or two ago. I got this in the mail for his channel, so check out Ken the Lawn Guy. Thank you, Ken. I'm going to put that out of the way, and then I'm going to get to the video. I got this light, Budget Tools. We call him Oso. If you've been around for a while, you just call him Oso. I'll put a link to his channel up here. He told me about this light probably, I don't know, a little over a month ago. What is it? Well, it's obviously an Astro 40 SL clone. eBay price, $11.47. If I can think of it, if I can find it, I will put link in the description, a link to this on eBay. I don't know if you can pay exactly the same price, but $11.47 shipped to my door. And I'm going to roll in a demonstration here in about a minute or so and tell you the differences. Obviously this light here, the Braun light from Harbor Freight, see my video on that, did that video. I think very highly of this light. This one on sale, normal price is $30, on sale they run $20 with the coupon from Harbor Freight. Then this one, which is the first one I bought, I don't know if I've had this. I probably had this about a year. Yeah, right around a year. HDX light from Home Depot. $20, okay, for this light. So I'm going to do a demonstration here, show you some of the conditions where having a light as bright as both of these two, because they're, spoiler alert, they're pretty close to the same brightness level. There are a couple differences, though, in the overall level of brightness that I will point out. These two lights here are both brighter than this. So most expensive, say $30 regular price, least expensive $11.47, and mid expensive $20 regular price. Okay, so stay tuned and I'll show you a demonstration, show you why I think you should go a certain direction. Okay, so I'm going to try to give you an idea of the relative brightness of these three lights. I say relative brightness because they all have their certain specs, you know. The Braun light, I think they rate at 390 lumens. This Chinese eBay light, they say they want to tell you somewhere between 400 and 700. And the HDX light from Home Depot, 250 lumens. So I got my work truck here that I try to do a daily inspection on, and you'll notice that outside it is light outside. So if you're working on something in a dark and confined area and there is not much ambient light, the relative difference in bright and darkness might make a not very bright light seem like a bright light. But what if you're working outside like a lot of do-it-yourselfers do? Maybe you're in daylight conditions and you're trying to get back to an area with one of these bar lights, and it's already, you got decent ambient light. What I'm saying is that's why you need the extra brightness of one of these two lights, basically. See, you can see back in there, you know, maybe you're checking down for seals, things of that nature. I could tell you from experience, working out during the day with this 250 lumen HDX light, there are situations you would run into where it would be passable but not very good. So hold on here. Compare that to the Harbor Freight Braun light, 390 lumens as opposed to 250 for the HDX. Hopefully the camera is picking this up. This is considerably brighter. So even with ambient light being what it is, this is going to step your game up quite a bit. Even with ambient light, this stands out quite a bit. That extra, what, 140 lumens extra rating, you could definitely tell a difference. This thing will fit back in there. You got anything you can't see, checking gaskets and whatnot. This thing just does a much better job than the HDX light. Hold on. Okay, but now the eBay light that they rate at 400 to 700 lumens. Again, like I said, relative lighting here. I don't have anything that can measure exactly how many lumens is, but hopefully it'll pick it up on camera. This is a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter than the Braun light from Harbor Freight. And it's also, depending on what you're paying full price, reduced price, $11.47 for this light. And it does have the dial here to dial it in for lower light situations. It does have a hook. Should point this out too, that it has the magnetic base on the end. But for purposes of demonstration, this is also a longer light bar. The light has a little bit more of a yellow tint. The Braun light has kind of more of a bluish tint. But this is a little bit brighter for these kind of situations than the Braun light, and it is much brighter than the HDX light. Okay, hold on a minute, I'll be right back. So here are my conclusions about these lights, and hopefully you guys understand my point about relative level of brightness. Like I said, I don't have a way of actually measuring what the actual lumens are on any of these lights, but I think I can say with a high degree of confidence that the least bright of these three lights is this HDX light. For $20, I still don't think this is a bad deal, and they are readily accessible. Home Depots keep these in stock, as far as I know. Like I said, I think I bought mine maybe a year ago or so, and it's not a bad light, especially not for 20 bucks. It does have a hook, which is the only three of these lights to have that feature. You see the Chinese special there has a loop, but the hook is handier than the loop. But that's the only positive attribute that this light has that the other ones don't. So this is the least bright. For 20 bucks, still not a bad deal, but especially in low light situations, or I should say situations where you do have other ambient light, this thing isn't really bright enough to stand out. You know, reaching back into crevices and whatnot, it's just not bright enough to really stand out. So there are situations where I've tried to use this where it's been just barely passable. So let's talk about one difference here right off the bat. So when Oso got, and I'll also leave a link up here for GWN Garage, he got this same light, and I think he did a video about it last week. He paid more than I did. I think he paid $19 Canadian, which even with the exchange rate, that's more than $11.47 US. So I got a better deal than he did, but check out his video anyway. These are constructed, when I talked to Oso about it when he got his, he thought, well, this one's pretty cheaply made. The plastic construction on the Chinese eBay light is no worse than on the HDX light from Home Depot. So $20, $11.47 I paid. This one's brighter. It's got this swivel base on it, magnetic base. The HDX has it on the side. I prefer the base. I prefer it on the end here. And you can tighten this nut up to lock it more into place, and you can tighten it to where this thing is, pretty difficult to use. So it's going to stay in position, I would think. Not cheaply built. It does have the thumb wheel, and it does come with a little micro USB cord. These are all micro USB charged. It does come with like a little 18-inch cord for micro USB. Adjustable thumb wheel. I don't have an Astro 40 SL to compare it to, but I don't think that the build quality would be as good. Maybe eventually Oso Budget Tools will do a video comparison, because I know he does have the Astro light. But I don't think this is bad. Is it as good as the Braun light from Harbor Freight? The answer to that would be, well, it depends. This is almost exclusively plastic. The Chinese eBay light. The Braun light is metal. It's aluminum, anodized aluminum, most of it. It does have some plastic parts here around the bezel, and this one is a little bit more adjustable. You can see the Braun is. So it has some advantages. Also, it doesn't have a thumb wheel like the Chinese eBay light does, but you have high, and hit it again, low, and then you have light here at the end. So it does have some features, but pound for pound, which is the best one to get? Well, I've got to say, for do-it-yourselfer, and maybe I'll put them both on bright, and I don't think the camera is good enough to really pick this up, but here's one of the other differences, and that is the Chinese eBay light is a longer lighting bar by almost 2 inches there. So the coloration of the two lights is a little bit different. The Chinese eBay light, a little bit yellower. The Braun Harbor Freight light, blue, a little bit more of a bluish tint to it. But I've got to say, which one is brighter? Well, all other things being equal, this one, because it's got more of a lighting bar on here. It's got more lighting. So if you're going to say this one is 390, and then they're saying this one is 400 to 700, I have a hard time believing this would be 700 lumens, but it is a little bit brighter than the Braun light. So if you pay $20 for the Braun light from Harbor Freight, I think you're really getting a screaming deal. But if you're getting this Chinese light off of eBay for $11.47, I think you're also getting a screaming deal. And it's not flimsy. Like I said, it's no worse built than the HDX light from Home Depot. So, I mean, if you're going to spend $20 on this light from Home Depot, why not spend $11.50 on this one from eBay? So, comparison there for you. If you've already got the Harbor Freight and you're looking to add something a little bit different style, maybe add the Chinese eBay. If not, if you're just looking for one, I think this would get a lot of people by and do them just fine. $11.50, minimal commitment. None of these three have any kind of extended warranties. I think the HDX light's like 30 days returnable at Home Depot. The Chinese eBay, yeah, nothing there. And I think it's either 30 or 90 days on this light from Harbor Freight. So that's my conclusion. That's my comparison. Check out hashtag Marco's Tools on YouTube if you want to win some Snap-on stuff. This is still going on now for over 2 months. In the future, it's going to keep going on. Check out my Amazon links in the description to help support the channel. And as always, check out onlinetoolvendors.com for all the lowdown on the lowdown. Until then, ta-ta for now.